Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. 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 Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ati ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wana ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu baby subramia. Baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Ejemo, anamana. Ejemeje, anamana. Wana mejemo, anamu. Para tuba jodiri tukuma tuku tuba jodiri ndimmawu egu mawego. Para tuba jodiri tukuma tuku tuba jodiri ndimmawu egu mawego. Obodo jisike nubosi erona. Oyibo obiego.
It is everyone. Befere.
Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ati ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wana ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia.
Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just have to act like you are drunk, like you are crazy. Confuse your enemies. Confuse them.
Oboda say yeah we mo. Yeah we mo. Oboda say yeah we mo. No basa ye ga ponto mo iye de gugeme. Okwitara kara mi nguru ma mi ga kwuru mu gwo ya baby mo. Abe Maria.
How are you feeling?
Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ati ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wana ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia. Suku sunu baby subramia.
Ask what they for your brand yourself when I knew since I was born, but now I am getting youth. I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna go gabu.
I And there it is right there. I'm Munichiwe and Munichi. So apologies for the glitches at the start. The sequencing usually goes a lot smoother. I think I might well need a system upgrade. So that is your hint then to start to ramp up the super charts, because I'm not paying for it, so you guys can pay for it. But no, that as an aside. Good to see you. Good to have you here. And how are you? So good to see you. Good to have you here, and how are you? Always a delight. Never take it for granted that you will turn up, but so then it is always with gratitude that you received. So you cannot wait in anticipation that people will turn up, because it is a choice that you make to spend your time with us. So that choice with gratitude we receive. So thank you for turning up. Please pull up a seat and stay with us for the duration of the session. But before you pull up that seat, the usual protocol, click on the like button just as soon as you're coming in. We ask for that every day for reasons that I've endlessly explained. So you all know why you should click on the like button, and a lot of you should be doing it as a matter of routine. So it's somewhat disheartening when you look across at the like button and it doesn't even anywhere mirror the viewership. So if you want to do the platform that favor, then click on that like button. And then if you want to complete that process, if you're not subscribed already, correct that immediately and right now. So click on like and subscribe. That's just that long-winded essay. So click on like and subscribe. And then, we're on a talent hunt, always looking for new voices. So why don't you be the voice of the day? I think we may already have the voice of the day, but because I think I already see a name in the studio that I don't recognize. So we may well already be have a voice of the day, but you be that voice of the day still. We're always looking for a voice of the day. So be that voice of the day by clicking on the hyperlink that says StreamYard, because we need to expand the conversation. You already know what I think broadly. You already know what Ajale Koko thinks broadly. You already know what Thomas thinks broadly. But now we want to broaden it to bring in voices that we have not yet sampled, so that we can have new perspectives and new dimensions to the conversation. I think that is your expectation, and that is where you come in. So you come and lend your voice and your thoughts. It's a gentle space, as you know. We will treat you with kid gloves, especially when you're a debutant. So come join. So click on like, click on subscribe, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. I was saying that the buy the coffee thing had died a natural death, but somebody attempted to resuscitate it yesterday. So let's see if it's now regained a new life. So the thing on the screen is pinned to the comment section. It's your invitation to buy your host cups of coffee. Just click on it, 3 easy steps, and away you go. So 3 easy steps and away you go. But there is this culture in the UK. There's this culture in the UK when somebody is having a party, especially an English person, they'll say, bring your own or bring a bottle. That is to say, you don't just turn up and they don't declare a wolf. They expect you to bring something to the party, usually a bottle of wine, a brandy, something. So bring your own or bring a bottle. That's the culture of partying in the UK. So we're going to do UK style session today because the news cycle is a bit Spartan. So if you are turning up on the screen, bring your own. So you bring what it is that you are looking at in the news today, because the news cycle, like I said, a bit Spartan. So a bit Spartan, but nevertheless, we still have our topics to discuss. So up pops the first item on the list. So let me remove the buy the coffee thing. You guys know where it is if you want to avail. So yes, Alexander Gomez, you remember those days so well. Bring your own bottle. Bring your own bottle. So that is how the session rolls today. So we debuted this particular news yesterday, but there was no real affirmation of it. But now it is the thing that dominates the news cycle the most. Adamu finally resigns as APC chairman, as short and to the point. So it was in the realms of speculation and in the realms of gossiping yesterday, but it is now a categorical fact. Adamu finally resigns as APC chairman. So what does this mean? So we'll spend time just circling around that to see exactly what we're making of it. So we'll spend time circling around that to see exactly what we're making of it. And we're spending a bit of time because that's the biggest news to happen today. So we spend a bit of time there to see what people are making of it. Shehu Sani mentions two key moments that led to Adamu's exit as APC national chairman. You know, anytime I see the name Shehu Sani, my heart skips a beat. Because it just takes me back to when he promised us that he was coming, and he was right there at the door of the studio and he refused to enter. You know, the guy has not apologized to me for that. Shehu Sani mentions two key moments that led to Adamu's exit as APC national chairman. So now let's now see what he is making of that. So the king is dead, long lives the king. You know, I'm sure you've heard that phraseology before. The king is dead, long lives the king. And what that metaphor speaks to is that there should never be any vacuum in power. So as soon as a king dies, immediately the king draws his or her last breath, or the queen in this instance of her, the moment that king draw their last breath, the successor immediately assumes the position, at least in a civilized space. I think we've been looking for the Alaafin of Oyo since the last one demised about going on 2 years now. But really, by natural order, as soon as a king draws their last breath, the successor immediately assumes that position. So that metaphor applies, especially in this instance. Abubakar Kyari takes over as acting APC chairman. Omosore locked out of office. So there it is. The blade is sharp and the cut is swift. So the blade is sharp and the cut is swift. And that is usually how it happens in politics. When they take your head off in politics, it's in one swift, felt move. You know, they don't go seconds. They don't chop and chop and chop. So the blade is sharp and the cut is swift. So when they behead you in politics, your head falls. Abubakar Kyari takes over as acting APC chairman. Omosore locked out of office. So the blade is sharp and the cut is swift. So now, we're taking a departure from politics to go into lifestyle and entertainment. I'm not quite sure if this falls under the category of show business, but this is one of the biggest things that people are talking about within the Nigerian cycle today. This is one of the biggest things. This is now next headline. So I don't know any of these characters, but they're being talked about, so why don't we talk about them? Popular Nigerian punter, Killer Boy, denies mutilating his girlfriend's corpse after being accused of fetish practices. So this guy had made a confessional. Yes, it's long and winding, but essentially this guy had made a confessional statement to say that he actually killed his girlfriend. But then, of course, when they went in to find the body of the girl, the body was dismembered and there were body parts missing. And of course, when body parts are missing within the Nigerian cycle, then we of course know where that storyline leads to. So we spend a bit of time there to find out exactly what our people are making of it. So we spend a bit of time there to find out exactly what people are making of it. But swiftly then going back to politics. So this now next headline is what has been agitating the Nigerian news cycle within the last 48 hours or so. I tried to stay away from it because I thought we've been overabounding. I thought we've been overabounding, to coin a new phrase, of the Peter Obi, they're just screeching and squealing circle, the gnashing at the teeth there. So I thought we would give that place a rest, but that place does not want to rest. And it looks as though the TINUBU space may have reignited it. PDP, did I want to pick it up from here? All right, let me pick it up from here. It's a storyline that you're all familiar with anyway. PDP, Tinubu's legal team accused of attempting to change tribunal's judgment. So it's off the back then of commentaries by Tinubu's legal team that if the tribunal reinterprets what is an obvious interpretation of the 25% ABUJA, that might well lead the country into anarchy. So it was just a throwaway comment in the closing remarks of the Tinubu Council as the petition winds to a close, awaiting then a judgment. So it was just a throwaway comment in the summaries of the Tinubu legal team. But then, of course, that's been latched onto by the APC space, and more so the Nashas at the Tate, also known as the Obedience. So they've gone to town with this, screeching and squealing and stripping naked in the market square as is their want, screeching and squealing, gnashing at the teeth, and running naked in the market square, as we know them for. Tinubu's legal team accused of attempt to change tribunal's judgment. So we're not sure that the tribunal has come to a judgment for that judgment to be changed. So from there, we still stay with the same storyline. So that was the PDP. Here is the Labour Party now, the Nashas at the Tate. Labour Party to Tinubu, your lawful removal from office will not cause anarchy. So you can bet you they will do chapter and verse on this, and their usual watering hole. This will give them a new energy. So this will give them a new energy. So now this is our next headline. I'm going to read it in sequence with the Adamu removal headline because it allies with that more. It allies with that more. APC chairman, why Southeast should produce Adamu's replacement, Osita Chidoka. So Osita Chidoka, so he comes into that space, and also there was commentaries being run by Reno Omokri. There was commentaries being run rather by Reno Omokri along the same line that the vacuum then. In fact, I'll try and see if I can get that Reno piece as well, because that probably explains it more. You know, Reno very elegant with language, so he's able to elucidate in more poetic prose flow. More a poetic prose flow. So a poetic prose flow, but a man that is not known for poetry, more known for brandy. So everywhere I'd appeared on social media, I'd always insisted that the portfolio to go to Wike is not going to be a ministerial position. It's going to be a Niger Delta specialism. And I think he's handing in his CV for that space. NDDC is cash cow, needs review. Wike tells Tinubu. So I'm stating it here now so that when it happens, I can claim that I told you so, and I can claim to be a soothsayer and a prophet. The NDDC portfolio or the Niger Delta space is what Tinubu is going to give to Wike, because it needs a strong man there to go and clean it up. And Wike already indicating that that is what he wants. NDDC is cash cow, needs review. Wike tells Tinubu. So we look at that as well. So a rich harvest. When is it never not a rich harvest? So lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocol, click on the like button just as soon as you're coming in. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. Hyperlink that says StreamYard, your invitation to come and join us on the studio, and your invitation to buy your host cups of coffee, along with the $sign that at the bottom of the comment section. Those are all opportunities to take towards the platform. So do all those, but especially the like and subscribe, and very strongly the invitation to come and join us on the screen. So do all those. So as you said about those, let me take another micro musical intermission. And then when we come back, I'll launch. I'm not going to go, I would launch straight into the throes of it. But first, you know where we're going, of course. Egbe Lemo, the Keguides. The Keguides.
Water, only water, only water, where they see my Papa, you don't come. Oh, Papa, oh, Naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Bọ́bí Màsà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Chifu Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dìlé o. Petrosonana ẹyẹ o ó dìlé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wà gbéṣe o.
Labour guys. I'm not quite sure why that looked back on itself, but Eleko Onum, and I'm not quite sure. The Gremlin seems to be working on the intro phases, but Eleko Onum Muinio, so the pop sellers of the skies, of the heavens, don't move yet. Akuko Onumeiko, the cockerels of the heavens don't crow yet. Iku koniriwa gbese, may death have nothing to do with us. Can you imagine a prayer more important than that? Amen to that on behalf of myself and you, my friends. So there it is, right there. Iku koniriwa gbese. So Iku koniriwa gbese, as guys, I bring you this. Short and to the point, Adamu finally resigns as APC chairman. So this was long coming. Senator ABDULLAHI Adamu, the All Progressive Congress APC national chairman, has finally resigned from the position. Senator ABUBAKAR Kyari, the national deputy chairman North, said Kyari told newsmen at the end of the National Working Committee meeting of the party in Abuja on Monday that the National Secretary, Iyiola Omishore, had also resigned. He said that the meeting was attended by 17 members of the National Working Committee, with only Mr. Felix Moka, the party's National Publicity Secretary, and the women leader, Dr. Betta Edu, absent with permission. It is now incumbent on my humble self, Senator ABUBAKAR Kyari, as the Deputy National Chairman North, to assume the office of the acting National Chairman of the APC. And subsequently also, the National Secretary, Barrister Festus Funtar, will now assume the office of the acting National Secretary of the APC, he said. Kyari said the reason behind Adamu's resignation will be communicated to the public at a later date. He added that the party's National Caucus and the National Executive Committee NEC meetings, earlier slated between July 18 and July the 19th, had been postponed, saying a new date will be announced later. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that for months now, the APC National Vice Chairman Northwest, Dr. Saliu Lukman, had consistently accused Adamu and Omishore of mismanaging the party. He also alleged that they failed to give proper account of the party's finances as well as abuse of office. Lukman was a former Director General of the Progressive Governors, an umbrella body of the governors elected on the APC platform. Adamu was elected as APC National Chairman in March 2022. So there it is right there. So there it is right there. This comes as no surprise, of course, because as early as yesterday, the rumor started to fill into the news cycle that this guy was about to step down. And it looks as though he has stepped down. But did he step down or was he stepped down is the question. Because they said a lot of pressure was mounted on him by especially Nuhu Ribadu and Governor, what's his name? The Fulani maid, whatever his name, Hopuzo Dema, to step down. So it looks as though he may well have been forced down. But should he even have tarried long enough to have been forced down? So that's the thing. So should he have tarried in that post? Because I was saying just as early as yesterday that this guy should really have left with Buhari because to all intents and purposes, Abdullahi Adamu was a Buhari project. He was put in to try and stop TINUBU from getting that ticket. But then events had superseded that, and that plan had not worked. And then he also tried to foist Ahmed Lawan on the party. So all of that are indicators that he should have stepped down. So why did he have to be disgraced out of office is the thing. But there it is. He's been forced to step down, fall on his sword. But what are the reasons for this? Senator Shehu Sani speculates. Shehu Sani mentions two key moments that led to Adamu's exit as APC national chairman. So let's now see what he has to say. Former Senator Shehu Sani, who represented Kaduna Central at the 8th National Assembly, has highlighted the two major offenses that led to the unceremonious exit of Senator Abdullahi Adamu as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC. Sani said the moment Adamu announced the Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, as the consensus candidate for the APC, and was, let's take that again. Sani said the moment Adamu announced former Senate President Ahmed Lawan as the consensus candidate for the APC days, I don't know what the days are doing there, and was left stranded by President Buhari before the national convention. So yes, you know, oh yeah, that's and doing the welcome super chat. So I am keen for other people to be joining in that to highlight your super chat before we carry on. If this thing will let me, okay, where are we? Hold on one moment. But would not have announced Ahmed Lawan as the consensus candidate for the APC without the tacit, even the implicit consent of Buhari. So now Sani is saying, he said that the moment Adamu announced former Senate President Ahmed Lawan as the I'm not sure how much of that you got. I was whittling away and I suddenly found that I was off the screen. I was just prattling on. So let me re-prattle then, since my previous prattling seems to have been gazumped by the system. So let me prattle again then. Yes. Definitely a system upgrade is needed without a doubt. Shehu mentions two key moments that led to Adamu's exit as APC national chairman. Former Senator Shehu Sani, who represented Kaduna Central at the 8th National Assembly, has highlighted the two major offenses that led to the unceremonious exit of Senator Abdullahi Adamu as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Sani said the moment Adamu announced former Senate President Ahmed Lawan as the consensus candidate for the APC and was left stranded by former President Muhammadu Buhari before the National Convention in 2022. He said the second moment was Adamu being left unaware of the approved list of principal officers of the 10th National Assembly. So you see this moment right here, this is the moment that he should have stepped down. So if the party is making major decisions and they are not carrying him along, and you don't get more major a decision than to determine who occupies what positions in the parliament. So if the party is making major decisions without carrying him along, that is to tell him that the party has no confidence in him, and that was the moment he should have resigned. So well spotted by Shehu Sani. He stated this on Monday, July the 17th via his verified Twitter handle at Shehu Sani, adding that those two moments showed that Adamu was walking a tightrope. So yes, from the moment he announced Lawan as the ruling party's consensus candidate and was left stranded by Buhari to the moment he was kept in the dark on the approved list of principal officers of the National Assembly, I knew that Adamu will thread the path of Adams. So there it is, the path of Adams Oshiomhole. So let's go to this one. Seven controversy highlights of Adamu's tenure as APC national chairman. So let's have a look at this. Correspondents earlier reported that the tenure of Senator Adamu Abdullahi as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC was not short of drama and controversy. So where are those seven things then? Is he expecting me to click on something? What's going on here? What's going on here? Right. Okay. Well, that doesn't really offer you that much. So that doesn't offer you that much. So let's go swiftly onto this one. ABUBAKAR Kyari takes over as acting chairman. Omosore locked out of office. So we are already aware that ABUBAKAR Kyari takes over, but let's now see what's locked Omosore out of office. ABUBAKAR Kyari has assumed the role of the acting national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC in an emergency meeting of the party's National Working Committee, in which Iyiola Omosore, the national secretary of the party, was shockingly shut out. Mr. Kyari was the deputy national chairman North until Monday. The meeting hurriedly. I wonder how much. Of course, I'm saying I wonder how much of this TINUBU knew, but then of course TINUBU would know. We cannot not know. So he just runs away to Kenya as they stab Adamu in the back. The meeting was hurriedly convened at the party's national secretariat in Abuja on Monday after Abdullahi Adamu's reported unceremonious resignation as the national chairman. Mr. Omosore quickly exited the secretariat's premises after telling journalists he was unaware of Mr. Adamu's resignation. He said he will visit the former Nasarawa governor to understand the situation. Mr. Kyari's meeting Mr. Kyari's meeting had Deputy National Chairman South, Emma Enekwo, National Vice Chairman Northwest Salihu Lukman, National Vice Chairman North East Salihu Mustafa, and National is there not a South well, all the national whatever. So there it is. So that there is that space. So still staying with that storyline. So now, what is his name? Abubakar Kyari. He's acting in an acting capacity. Just to label that metaphor, is acting in an acting capacity. So there's still the vacancy for a substantive chairman for the APC party, and a lot of arguments. Let me actually see if I can. Let me see if I can dig out Renault's Renault Omosore give chairmanship to the Southeast. I saw it earlier, but let me see if I can quickly pick it up. If not, then we'll go with what we have. But I thought Renault wrote an excellent piece on it. So let's see if we can find that. Bear with me. I think I may have it. He actually said it on Instagram, but let me see. Because about to read. So let's take it from Bruno. The APC missed a golden opportunity to reduce the tension in the Southeast and bring that geopolitical zone into the mainstream by failing to replace their national chairman with someone from the Southeast. Part of why there is so much unrest in the Southeast is because they feel unrepresented in the national power structure. The president is from the Southwest, his vice from the Northeast, the Senate president from the South-South, while the Speaker of the House of Representatives is from the Northwest. The Chief Justice of Nigeria is from the Southwest, whereas the President of the Court of Appeal is from the North Central. Where does that leave the Southeast? Completely naked politically at the federal level. The imbalance is suffocating. No zone will accept what the Southeast is expected to accept, and the APC ought to have used this vacancy to placate the Southeast and prove to them that Buhari's dot in a circle philosophy went with him. So that was how Renault saw it. But let's now go to a senior voice in the Southeast to see what he's making of it. Osita Chidoka. Let's see what Osita Chidoka is making of it. It says, APC chairman, why Southeast should produce Adamu's replacement, Osita Chidoka. You know what a name, Osita Chidoka. So there it is. A former Minister of Aviation, Osita Chidoka, has urged the All Progressive Congress APC to zone its national chairmanship position to the Southeast to ensure inclusive representation. Chidoka said the resignation of the APC national chairman and secretary has paved the way for the party to reorganize its leadership. Correspondence reports that Adamu, the APC chairman, tendered his resignation letter Sunday night. However, the Deputy National Chairman North, Senator ABUBAKAR Kyari, has taken over the affairs of the party. In a statement on his verified Twitter handle on Monday, Chidoka said even though not a member of the APC and ordinarily should not comment on its internal matters, its actions have serious implications for national unity and well-being. And you would imagine that Chidoka will be an obedient, of course, not to stereotype or anything. He said that the nation's unity could only be built on deliberate, inclusive policies, advising President Tinubu that it is time to rise above petty politics and renew the idea of Nigeria. He wrote, the APC national chairman and secretary resigned today, paving the way for the party to reorganize its leadership. I am not a member of the APC and ordinarily should not comment on its internal matters. However, as a current ruling party, its actions have serious implications for national unity and well-being. As a Nigerian patriot, a student of our national history and proponent of intentional national rebirth, I recommend that the APC zone the national chairmanship to the Southeast to ensure inclusive representation. So let me pause there for a moment because let me pause there for a moment. I have to say that I concur. Because Rena explained it excellently. Tinubu Southwest, whatever, Shettima Northeast, and then the Senate South, the Speaker Northwest, the Chief Justice Southwest, and then the Court of Appeal North Central. So where is the Southeast? So where is the Southeast in Nigeria? This is really where the thing is, and this is really, and so this opportunity opens again, but they never really seize the moment, because of course they are removing Adamu as a northerner, so they would not want to replace him with a southerner in order not to have people crying foul. So almost certainly this Kyari now acting will probably be substantive. As a Nigerian patriot, student of our national history and proponent of intentional national rebirth, I recommend that the APC zone the national chairmanship to the Southeast to ensure inclusive representation. Some will say the Southeast did not vote for the party and President Tinubu. My answer will be that the Southwest did not vote for MPN when Chief Akinloye was powerful. Let me take that again. Some will say the Southeast did not vote for the party and President Tinubu. My answer would be that the Southwest did not vote for NPN when Chief Akinloye was the powerful chairman of NPN. Also, the Southwest did not vote for the PDP when President Obasanjo was nominated and elected president of Nigeria. Our national unity can only be built on deliberate inclusive policies. The resignation of the APC chairman presents an opportunity for the party to reaffirm its national credentials and depart from its inglorious past of naked nepotism and gross insensitivity to our national consensus by zoning the position of national chairman to the Southeast. Mr. President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the time to rise above petty politics and renew the idea of Nigeria is now. A Southeast national chairman for the APC will be a step in the right direction. So excellently put, and I concur with that chappie. So I concur with the chap, whatever his name is, Osita Chidoka. So I concur with the chappie. So I concur with the chap, but I don't concur with this now next character. So I'm picking this storyline up halfway through. So let me give you the backdrop to it. This is an element that calls himself Killer Boy. So he's one of these popping, hopping, hips majawing sort of, you know the usual Instagram elements. So he's gone and killed his girlfriend and he's now made a confessional statement. But then when they found the body of the girl, they found body parts missing. So that is the story up to this point. Popular Nigerian punter, Killer Boy, denies mutilating his girlfriend's corpse after being accused of fetish practices. So this is the human interest storyline for this session. Popular Nigerian punter Killer Boy, who confessed to killing his actually there's a link to that confession. So let me actually let me pick it up from the beginning. So let me pick it up from the confession. So let's pick it up from the confession, then we go to the fallout. A popular Nigerian punter, Killer Boy, confesses to killing his girlfriend on social media 2 years after he was arrested for internet fraud by EFCC. A popular Nigerian punter, Killer Boy, I don't know quite what a punter means in Nigeria. A punter is somebody that places a bet or chances his hand. A popular Nigerian punter, Killer Boy, has confessed to killing his girlfriend, identified as Augusta or Osedion, on social media 2 years after he was arrested for internet fraud by EFCC. The punter, who goes by the name Killer Boy on social media, revealed that he mistakenly stabbed. How do you mistakenly stab somebody? He mistakenly stabbed his girlfriend after they got into an argument. She was reportedly missing 4 days until her mother went to Killer Boy's house at Oral Estate in Okota area of Lagos State to look for her. Prior to Augusta missing, her mother had tried to reconcile her and her boyfriend over an issue they had. Killer Boy, who cried about messing up his life at 26, in Instagram Insta story post he shared, promised to ensure his late girlfriend gets justice as he can't live with the guilt. He, however, disclosed that he ran away after killing her out of fear. He further shared a message he sent to his late girlfriend's mother. Eyewitnesses are claiming that police who gained access to his apartment through the fence found his girlfriend's corpse mutilated. It was alleged that her vital organs were missing. Her car was recovered at the scene. Right. Killer Boy was arrested by EFCC operatives in 2021 after using a stolen card to carry out 150 million naira. How do you use a stolen card to carry out 150 million naira worth of transaction? I don't know, because most cards have a limit, or I don't know quite if those limitations apply in Nigeria. Killer Boy, who was arrested by EFCC operatives in 2021 after using a stolen card to carry out 150 million naira POS transactions. He was traced to his hotel in Umuahia and couldn't escape at the time. So there he is making the confession. He says, so this is him on Insta story. He says, I want no sympathy. I want no pity. I am truly down and broken from what has happened, and I deserve nothing but death. Yes, I truly do. I want to for her soul to rest in peace. I will turn myself in, I promise, and she will get justice. So this is the guy now making that confessional statement. It says, it doesn't give us the fullness of it. Yes, I got into an argument with my girlfriend Osta at XXO, which fight I mistakenly stabbed her and ran away out of fear and been suicidal since then. So if you are being suicidal, then you know, you should have probably done what you should have done if you've killed somebody. I intended to end my life now because I have lost the one I cherish so much. I want to do the right thing and turn myself in. I will gladly die by paying with my life now. I have failed myself. I have failed my mom. He has failed himself, that is. He has failed his mom and he has failed his family. Oh, Lord, I can't believe this. I can't live... so that should be live, L-I-V-E, but he spelled it L-E-A-V-E. You know, I'm a stickler for language. I can't live with this guilt. I am going crazy. Nothing to, anyway, he made a confessional statement in a rather poor grammar. But the fact that he harvested her vital organs was something he left out of that confessional statement. But that's not been picked up. Popular Nigerian punter Killer Boy denies mutilating his girlfriend's corpse after being accused of fetish practices. Popular Nigerian punter Killer Boy, who confessed to killing his girlfriend July the 17th, has denied claims of mutilating the girl's corpse after being accused of using sports and crypto trades as cover for alleged fetish practices. Okay, I guess that is where the punter comes in. Is a sports bettor. I did say, yes. In tweets he shared after reports of him confessing to the killing went viral, he stated that everything happened due to toxicity, pain, betrayal, and cheating. Killer Boy, who changed his Twitter handle after allegedly carrying out the act, revealed that he and his late girlfriend Augusta got into a fight over an issue he wouldn't want to disclose in public to protect her image. So already telling you that is over an issue he doesn't want to disclose in public, that is to say cheating sort of a thing. He revealed that she stabbed him first before he did the same to her. Killer Boy said he deeply regrets what he did and will accept the death penalty. He confirmed that he had contacted Augusta's family. So there it is. So he's harvested our organs as well in the process, but there it is. So there it is. Let's go on to this one quickly, moving on from there. Tinubu's legal team accused of attempts to change tribunal's judgment. The People's Democratic PTB, if I'm starting to stumble over my words, that is to tell you that I'm purged. So a bit of water. The People's Democratic Party PDP has voiced concerns over what it perceives as an attempt by President Bola Tinubu's legal team to influence the judiciary. The claim was made in response to the legal team's written address to the presidential election petition court. The National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Honorable Debo Ologunagba, made the claim in a statement in Abuja on Monday. He described the content of the address by the legal team, which represents the All Progressive Congress APC and the president, as a calculated effort to unsettle the judiciary, he said. The PDP asserts that the threat contained in the written address by lawyers to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the All Progressive Congress APC to the Presidential Election Petition Court is a preemptive move to intimidate the judiciary. The statement by the lawyers in the said written address threatening crisis and anarchy in the country in the event of the court ruling that their client did not meet the constitutionally required 25% vote in the Federal Capital Territory FCT is subversive, an affront to democratic order, an assault on the corporate existence of the country, of the nation. It is alarming and disturbing that the APC externalized to the public their final written address in which they also threatened national peace if the court upholds the clear provision of Section 134 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended with regards to the mandatory and statutory requirements for which a candidate in a presidential election can be declared winner. So I think we've circled around this particular storyline so many times. The vexatious Abuja 25%, we have circled around that storyline so many times. You remember when the obedience will come here, they'll say, and discuss two thoughts and Abuja. You remember how they like to over enunciate that. They said 25% and Abuja. Look, Femi Falana had addressed these matters years ago that are, to all intents and purposes, the constitution of the Nigerian state deems and views Abuja as one of the sovereign states of Nigeria. because Abuja kind of have a status higher than any of the sovereign states, because that would then make the indigenes of Abuja more Nigerian than every other Nigerian, and that cannot be the case. So that settles that. So there's no constitutional requirement that isolates Abuja especially as a requirement for 25%. It doesn't hold to logic. Oh, I hope I've not deleted it. I had this clip of this rather wayward woman from the north speaking to that space. I hope I have not deleted it. Oh, I hope I have not. Oh, I think I have. Oh, what a shame. I was just doing house cleaning just a couple of days ago. Yes, that was the Zainab Ahmed talking about that 25% space. But no, it's ludicrous somewhat. And by the way, there's still plenty of spaces in the on the studio. So we have to have a conversation. If you want a conversation to take place, then you have to come join us on the screens. Otherwise, we just read that, we just read and leave, don't we? So yes, that's the hyperlink. If you want to come and join us, then please do. So yes, it says the statement by the lawyers in the said written address threatening crisis and anarchy in the country in the event of the court ruling that their client did not meet the constitutionally required 25% votes in the Federal Capital Territory FCT is subversive, an affront to democratic order, and assault on the corporate existence of the nation. It is alarming and disturbing that the APC externalized to the public their final written address in which they also threatened national peace if the court upholds the clear provisions of Section 134 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with regards to the mandatory and statutory requirements for which a candidate in a presidential election can be declared the winner. So let's just let's pause for a moment. I'm a bit reticent to go there, but let's pause for a moment. Let's say that let's humor that logic and let's see how it flows. Let's humor the logic that the Constitution stipulates that you cannot be president of Nigeria unless you get 25% in Abuja. Let's now say somebody wins overwhelmingly in all of the 36 states, but it doesn't win in Abuja, it doesn't get the 25% in Abuja. What happens then? Let's say somebody gets 80% of the votes in all of the 36 states, but it doesn't get 25% in Abuja. What happens then? They cancel that election and they rerun it, and the person does exactly the same thing. So what happens then? So it's just it doesn't cohere with logic or reason, does it? But then, of course, anything coming from the obedience space rarely ever coheres with logic or reason. The threats, either through counsel or officials of the APC, are calculated to intimidate and harass the judiciary and indeed Nigerians. The PDP holds that the clear intent of the APC is to blackmail the court and emasculate the independence of the judiciary to discharge its duties in accordance with the dictates of the law. This action is ostensibly to set the stage to orchestrate violent crises in various parts of the country with the intention to further blackmail the PEPC. We ask, why is the APC externalizing their final written address to the public? Is the APC being preemptive and now seeking to heighten tension, subvert the judicial process, and trigger anarchy, having realized the weakness of their case before the PEPC? The PDP, however, cautions and emphasizes that Nigeria is a country of rule of law. The statutory requirement for a winner in a presidential election, as provided by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Electoral Act 2022, are clear and unambiguous. The APC must therefore respect the provisions of the law and allow the judiciary to discharge its duties independently without threats, intimidation, and coercion. That should be or coercion. Contrary to the doomsday claims of the APC and its lawyers, upholding the provisions of the Constitution and the laws at this point will rather promote peace and stability in the polity, deepen our democracy, and engender confidence in the institution of the judiciary. The PDP calls on Nigerians to remain calm, at alert, and hopeful in the ability of the judiciary to dispense justice accordingly. So, the ugliness of that space, I just want it to be over. So let's just take a quick sample of the Labour Party take on that space. And then I'll do one more readout after that, and then I'll come into the room. So we want to document what Wike is up to as well. So this is the Labour Party. So it'll be preening and peacocking and national to the tate, wouldn't it? Labour Party to TINUBU, your lawful removal from office won't cause anarchy. So let's have it, the gnashers of the teeth. The Labour Party has said, contrary to the veiled threat to the judiciary by President Bola Tinubu and his legal team, wherein they allegedly want the Presidential Election Petition Court against applying the 25% of lawful votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory requirement as provided for in our laws, because doing so could lead to anarchy. The nation will be better for it. Acting National Publicity Secretary of the party, Obiora Ifo, said this in a statement he signed in Abuja on Monday. He said, the Labour Party has taken note of the news making the rounds, purportedly from the leader of the All Progressive Congress. You see, this is what irritates people from this is what irritates people about the Labour Party. You know, they don't let fact or truth get in the way of a good story. You know, I mean, this is something that is in the public space, by the way. So I'm not quite sure why they're lying. This is something that is in the public space. So this is just the thing. This is what damns them the most. So listen to this. Before you listen to this, of course, the vexatious submission that has led to all of this was in a written document. It's in a written address by the APC / Tinubu Shetima legal team that are misapplying or misinterpreting the 25% Abuja could lead to a somewhat of an anarchic situation. So that was in the address of the legal team as part of their final submissions for their case. So we all know that. But listen to what the Labour Party is saying. He said, the Labour Party has taken note of the news making the rounds purportedly from the leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, wherein he allegedly wants the Presidential Election Petition Court that interpreted. So it's not from Tinubu, is it? Because I don't think Tinubu is micromanaging. I don't think Tinubu is wording legal documents for SANs that are representing him. So I don't know why they do this. This is why people tire of these people. We just want them out of the way, you know. And this is it. So when I say they are gnashers at the teethers, gnashers of the teeth, they're just like zoo creatures. He said, the Labour Party has taken note of the news making the round purportedly from the leader of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where he allegedly wants the Presidential Election Petition Court that interpreting the law as provided for in the Constitution on the 25% of lawful votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, could lead to absurdity, chaos, anarchy, and alteration of the very intention of the legislature, or that should be legislation. And this is in quotation marks, by the way. So if they put something in, so I'll highlight it just so you could see. If you put something in quotation marks, then you are indicating that you are quoting verbatim. You are quoting verbatim, which is to say that you are quoting word for word. So they are quoting verbatim what did not even emanate from the person in the first instance. That's one. And what they are quoting is a total, there is nothing like what they are putting quotation marks to in any of the submissions by the legal team. So just a bunch of nonsensical people. We are worried that the statement which formed part of his submission and was contained in his final written address against the Labour Party's petition pending at the tribunal and meant to be in the exclusive custody of the court was leaked to the media. So who leaked it to the media is the thing. That's really where the wider question is. Having said that, the Labour Party thinks that the statement was unnecessary. Having said that, the Labour Party thinks that the statement was unnecessary since the matter is already before the court, and going ahead to pontificate on it could be construed as interference in the duties and responsibilities of the judiciary. You know, in Yoruba land, we have, we have a lot of idioms in Yoruba land. We have a lot of idioms in Yoruba land, but the idiomatic expression that seems to come to mind regarding this sort of going down. In Yoruba land, we say "Entogba diye otoshi, ogbe talaroka." Entogbe adiye otoshi, ogbe talaroka. That always pops to mind whenever you're dealing with the Labour Party space. It says, having said that, the Labour Party thinks that the statement was unnecessary since the matter is already before the court, and going ahead to pontificate on it could be construed as interference in the duties and responsibilities of the judiciary. The truth of the matter is that there are no sentiments when it comes to matters of law. The law is the law, and once the law has stipulated the manner and how a matter must be carried out, it must follow that pattern. If the law has stated that the requirements that a presidential candidate must meet before he can be declared, there is no shortcut to it. Therefore, if the Constitution, which is the ground, it says ground norm. It's not ground norm. It's ground norm. It's not ground. It's just unbelievable. I wonder where I wonder what hovel they dig these people out of. It's not ground norm. It's ground norm. Good God Almighty. Therefore, if the Constitution, which is the ground norm according to them, but ground norm in proper English, if the Constitution, which is the ground norm of the law of the law in Nigeria, has stated clearly that you must score at least 25% in the FCT before the president can be declared, anything short of that cannot remedy it. The Labour Party spokesman further said, "It is on this note that we request that caution must be applied by the camp of the APC in its subtle but very clear pressure believed." The Labour Party spokesman further said, "It is on this note that we request that caution must be applied by the camp of the APC in its subtle but very clear pressure believed is being mounted on the judiciary to see the developments from its lens." But then, of course, I wonder where they get these people from. I wonder where they get these people from. Look at this, I highlighted to you. It's just a gift that just keeps on giving in terms of nonsensity. Listen to this. It says, the Labour Party spokesman further said, "It is on this note that we request that caution must be applied by the camp of the APC in its subtle but very clear pressure believed." So that part is fine. It's been believed is being mounted on the judiciary to see the developments from its lens. So is that not the very essence of advocacy? But correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not the essence of advocacy? What do you think the lawyers are doing? Is that not to push the court to see matters through their lens? Did these people not get the memo? We insist that no amount of threat from the APC on the judges in the tribunal can change the processes and requirements that the law has put in place. It must be followed, and that is the position of the Labour Party. We recall very clearly a mild but stern threat during the Democracy Day speech made by the APC-led administration, where it stated emphatically that it has become imperative to state here that the unnecessary illegal orders used to truncate or abridge democracy will no longer be tolerated. So, what's been read into that? I wonder what's been read. Where are they? It says, yes. So what's wrong with that? We note then that the warning appeared threatening enough as it sounded more totalitarian, but today we are confronted with a sterner approach to whipping the judiciary into a pathway. A development, if allowed to go unchallenged, will spell the doom of the nation. Everything spells doom for the nation according to the obedience space. If somebody sneezes the wrong way, it spells doom for the nation. Um, we see in that statement a call on the armies of the APC to awaken to their sworn vow to return to the trenches, just the way they unleashed terror on our supporters during the February election. The same folks that perpetrated absurdity, chaos, and anarchy. So apparently, what the lawyers were doing, if you are to read and interpret, apparently what the lawyers are doing is they are sending subliminal messagings to MC Oluomo. So this is what oh my goodness me. The same talks that perpetrated absurdity, chaos, and anarchy, and who were used to alter the will of Nigerians, are still very present and willing to do the will of their paymaster. Mama Chinedu, if you are not voting for APC, don't come out. Let me assure the APC and their leaders that if there were no absurdity, chaos, and anarchy when they forced their way into power, Nigeria will still witness peace when they are eventually evicted from power. So there it is, the usual nonsense from the usual quarters. So now this now the final readout. Then we'll see then who is available to take it on. So yes, I've always anticipated that Wike is going to get the NDDC space. NDDC is a cash cow, needs review. Wike to Tinubu. Former governor of Rivers State, Yemson Wike, has described the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, as a cash cow organization that needs to be reviewed. Wike stated this while speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of Governor Fabura's 195 billion naira Port Harcourt Ring Road. 50 kilo. My goodness me! Some of these figures are eye popping. I hope the level of the project is commensurate with the spend. I don't even think they spent this much on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. 195 billion naira ring road, a 50.1 kilometer project in Port Harcourt on Monday. The dual carriage road project to be executed by Julius Berger spans 6 local government areas with 6 flyovers and 1 river crossing bridge to be completed within 36 weeks. He said, ordinarily, this project we are doing is meant to be done by the NDDC if it was a development commission. Unfortunately, what we have is Niger Delta cash cow. Unfortunately, it is a cash cow. It is not a developmental commission. Please change the phrase Niger Delta. Please change the phrase to Niger Delta cash cow. All they do is that they go to a primary school stating that they're doing a 6-class block, which nobody asked them to do. Everyone wants to be a chairman of NDDC, minister of NDDC, all because of cash cow. I believe our president will change what we used to have as a cash cow to bring development to the Niger Delta. I have never seen a region that hates itself like our region. I have never seen that. Addressing Fubara, Wike said, let me advise you, this good thing you are today. So Wike needs now to step back from that River State space because he cannot continue to be overloading this guy. So he needs to find now where he's going to be getting his. We know that Wike is an attention junkie. He needs to be in the spotlight, but he needs now to go and find that spotlight outside of River State. Very quickly, otherwise he's going to clash with this guy. Everybody wants to be chairman of NDDC, minister of NDDC, all because of cash cow. I believe our president will change what we used to have as cash cow to bring development to Niger Delta. I have never seen a region that hates itself like our region. I've never seen that. Addressing Fubara, Wike said, let me advise you, this good thing you are today attracts envy, attracts gang up against you. You will see a lot of gang ups against you amongst your peers, particularly in your region. Instead of them to appreciate, they will be asking, what is it trying to show? Just like his predecessor did. Don't bother about those things. What you must bother about is what good you will do for your people. The former governor bragged that no sitting governor could match Fubara in landmark projects delivery under the current leadership dispensation in Nigeria. He said, in 2007, 2008, one man was governor. At a time, in a month, we got 100 billion naira. I was chief of staff. We put 100 billion naira in First Bank that we were going to do this road. Up till today, there is no ring road. But today, a man 1 month in office has awarded a project of 195 billion naira and has paid 150 billion. So, River State is stupendously rich. This is what we're saying because it's an all derivative state, of course. And you know, we all say Lagos, Lagos, the place that should be glistening like a beacon within the Nigerian firmament is that Niger Delta space. So rich, so rich. But then, of course, you know, yes, and why it's not doing that is what Wike says. It says, Wike said in 2007, 2008, one man was governor at a time. In a month, we got 100 billion naira. So that was actually how much they were getting under, of course, Rotimi Amechi. I was chief of staff. We put 100 billion naira in First Bank that we're going to do this road. Up till today, there is no ring road. But today, a man 1 month in office has awarded a project of 195 billion naira and has paid 150 billion. So talk about mobilization fee. That's quite a chunk. I challenge any state, any governor today that will say he has the chest, the capacity to engage a reputable company like Julius Berger to award 195 billion naira single contract and pay 150. When he, Fubara, will show you 100 days, Nigerians will be shocked. So that's Wike then canvassing for the Niger Delta job. So that's Wike canvassing for the Niger Delta job. Hopefully, it's not going to be a shortish session. We've got Thomas, we've got World Peace, and then we've got Dewale. So let's kick it off. Actually, let me kick it off with Dewale, and then we see how it goes. So let's kick it off with you, Dewale, if you're ready. If you're not, whoever is ready should indicate.
One more. Let's go to Thomas. I'll join you. I will come back.
I can hear you munching on something there. What are you eating? Look at this man. All right. So who's ready? Whoever is ready indicates to me, and then we go with you. Thomas, are you ready or what, please?
I'm here, one man. Can you hear me? Well, can you hear me?
All right. Let me take you then to the Adamu space. Adamu finally.
Hello, is this my sister that is breaking or is yours?
Dewale, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? What's going on? Can anyone?
I can hear you, oh man.
Yeah, I can't hear World Peace anymore. What's going on?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and everybody else. Let's try Thomas. Thomas, are you there? I'm not sure if we're able to proceed with this if it's not happening.
It's not me that the child is crying now.
All right. Yeah,
let's.
All right. Yeah. Pick it up from the Adamu space. Pick it up from the Adamu space. World Peace. What are you making of it?
Yeah, good morning, woman. Good morning, everybody. Please like, share, like, share, and press the thumbs up button. And you can come in to the show through this StreamYard and join us. Yeah, that Adamu stuff. Though I wasn't shocked, I wasn't surprised, but it's not when I expected he would be out. I thought he would still stay there for a little bit, but the statement he made, was it 3 days ago or 4 days ago, that I was telling that he made a statement that he didn't vote for TINUBU. You know, he wasn't a TINUBU man, but yes, he worked with him. I know that statement will come with consequences, and for me personally, I knew that for TINUBU to succeed, to carry out his mission in APC as a president, Adamu must go, because Adamu has his own fraction. I think it's the last standing cabal in that cabal space that I guess TINUBU. So we see his hand playing when they were taking, when they are making their nominees, you know. So anyway, say surprise, that is kind of a little bit far, but it came too soon. It came too soon, one man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me take you to this space. Are you following the narrative of this guy, Killer Boy, he calls himself, who has now come out to make this confessional statement about killing his girlfriend? Is that a storyline you're following?
I saw it.
My God. Are you breaking up or am I breaking up?
It is network.
One man, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Let me go with you, Thomas. It's too woofy with World Peace. Let me go with you, Thomas. Are you following the storyline of this Killer Boy? I don't suspect that you would be.
No. I don't even. This is the first time I'm hearing it. That I've never. No.
All right.
Let's go to Adamu.
Yeah, let's go to Adamu. Pick it up from Adamu then.
Good morning from Australia. Good afternoon and good evening wherever you are. Like Radio Biafra. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so. One man. Adamu deserves to go. I even think it's too late. TINUBU supposed to concur his own his own cabal and throw Adamu into the bin. One man is unfortunate. Adamu and Buhari, they are in the same category. Their body language, their actions speak as if they are working against the party, which I think TINUBU really crossed through many hurdles, even to become the nominee, to win the primaries, even to win the presidency is a war on its own. So Adamu, it doesn't come to me as a surprise. I know someday, sometime, he has to leave that seat. For TINUBU to be successful in anything he's doing in that party. One man, the president is the leader of the party. Anybody indirectly is the leader of the party if you are nominated as the president.
Yes, I think he's the leader. Yes. Do you think TINUBU would have known about this, that they were going to get rid of him?
One man. The one Yoruba, they said the witches cry yesterday and the child died today. Don't you know that the witch that died yesterday is the one that killed the child that died today? So Tinubu, he has to do that, one man. He has to do that. I don't even think maybe Adamu even vote for Tinubu. I will not be surprised if he didn't vote for Tinubu.
Me either.
They work. Sorry.
I said me either. Like I don't think he
Yes.
voted for him.
No, I don't think he voted for Tinubu. I don't think he voted.
I think it's pretty clear that he did not, because he was even trying to subvert the process. You remember at the last minute he tried to foist Ahmed Lawan on the party.
Yes, like the consensus candidates. You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one man, I just think this man is just God has just ordained him to become president with everything. And he became victorious at the last time. No, I think God is behind it. Forget about is a cabal, is this, is that, is Jagaba of Lagos, is that, is this. Now, I think it's just God that really helped this guy. Adamu has to go, one man. If Tinubu wants to succeed in his presidency and even the party, Tinubu has to take the hold of the party now, one man. He has to take the lead, take the hold. Anybody needs to be kicked out, kick them out. He has to be the main jagaban of that party now for him to succeed. Because there will still be some.
Do you think it's wrong of them to? Do you think they should have sacked him because they gave him a soft landing, giving him the opportunity to resign? Do you think they should have sacked him to make the point?
No, they would not like to humiliate him, one man. He's still it's still a leader in that party. You can't rule that out. So they will not like if it's just like when your employer said go and resign because they don't want to humiliate you. That we're supposed to sack you, but for you to get your benefit, to get everything, not to be humiliated, go and resign. So I think he did a good thing for him to resign, but not to sack him. It will be too obvious that this is the handwork of Tinubu. But this resignation, people can still say Tinubu doesn't know about it. But in my own heart of heart, I know Tinubu is the masterminder of this exit of Adam. Oh man, this guy has to go. What is he still doing there? He almost worked against the party directly or indirectly. So he has to go. I'm not surprised. But for them to humiliate him, I will not like that because he's still APC member. Let's just say that he's still APC member, but he has to go. One. That's my submission.
All right. So now he has to go. A window of opportunity presents, and Renan Mokri was speaking to that space that this window of opportunity now it presents an opportunity to insert a Southeasterner into top end politics in Nigeria. So when they appoint a substantive chairman for the party, do you think that they should make a deliberate effort to make sure it's a Southeasterner just for the balance? Because the country seems so heavily skewed against the Southeast at the moment.
One man, I will tell you, if they do that, they'll be making a great mistake doing that. What is the value of Southeasterner in APC? Just tell me, one man. Tell me, what is the value?
What do you mean? They are Nigerian.
Their value.
What?
No, what are they bringing on the table?
No, it's the same value everybody else has. What do you mean? What's their value?
Mama, I doesn't mean like value. They are value people. What I'm trying to tell you is that what are they bringing on the table?
The Southeast.
Yes. How many votes do they bring on the table?
Yeah, but it's not about but it's not about vote anymore. It's about national cohesion now. It's about bringing the country together. Do you know?
No. They will be making a big mistake of their life. Picking a Southeasterner.
What do you mean? They will handpick the Southeastern, and they are not going to go and pick it from the obedient and Nandekano camp. Somebody like Joe Igbokwe, he's not at that level, but somebody of that quality,
But
you know.
Can I interject?
Yeah, come in.
Yeah, you can come in.
I think what Thomas is saying is that what is the essence of picking a chairman of the party from a zone that you know you are not going to have significant or relevant voter from that region?
God bless you. Yes,
of no use.
that's what I'm saying.
But for national cohesion,
this is a party affair. It has nothing to do with Nigeria as an entity. This is just a party.
All right. Let me bring you these 3 paragraphs, and then you respond to it. It says, the APC missed a golden opportunity to reduce the tension in the Southeast and bring that geopolitical zone into the mainstream by failing to replace their national chairman with somebody from the Southeast. Part of why there is so much unrest in the Southeast is because they feel underrepresented in the national power structure. And by the way, the chairmanship of the APC of the ruling party is part of the national structure. The president is from the Southwest, his vice from the Northeast, the Senate president from the South-South, whilst the Speaker of the House of Representatives from the Northwest. The Chief Justice of Nigeria is from the Southwest, whereas the President of the Court of Appeal is from the North Central. Where does that leave the Southeast? Completely naked politically at the federal level. The imbalance is suffocating. No zone will accept what the Southeast is expected to accept. And the APC ought to have used this vacancy to placate the Southeast and prove to them that Buhari's dot in the circle philosophy went away with him. So we're talking about so we're not talking about party politics, we're talking about national cohesion.
Yeah, but the leadership of a party has nothing to do with Nigeria. What is happening is the price. No, it doesn't.
It does.
See, what they've done is that they've tried to the APC has given Southeast deputy speakership position. But when it comes to the hierarchy of the party, if you look at the formation of APC, what is the total number of the ABGA and the PDP that was collapsed from the Southeast? What is the total number compared to the Southwest and what CPC brought to the party? You have to look at that. You don't just give, dash somebody position. You have to look at their contribution, the significant contribution to the party. And as of today, APC being the
Adewale, I don't think you know this. The Southeastern Caucus Party, they vote against TINUBU in the Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
Oh, look at the Ojuzo Kalu. I'm not even sure Ojuzo Kalu voted for TINUBU because he never campaigned for him. Who are the APC strongman in the Southeast? Is it Okudozima that is even his leg is one leg in, one leg out? I'm not saying that he's not loyal to the party, but his second term is not even sure. So, to me, APC will be so dumb to say they want to zone the chairmanship of the party to the Southeast. For what? What Shidoka is even talking about. So you have a party chairman coming from your zone so you can manipulate, you being a PDP person. Remember, the significant number of APC members are from PDP faction. So you wonder somebody like a stooge where you'll be able to manipulate. So of what important? Why is the Shidoka taking paracetamol for APC for crying out loud? What is the reason why he's getting involved?
Oh God, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what you should have asked one man is APC constitution. Does APC constitution allow the president and the chairman from the same zone? That's the question you should have asked one man. I think it's not in their constitution. When the president is from the north, the chairman is from the south. So there's no way Igbo will get the chairmanship right now because TINUBU is from the southwest. Then the chairmanship of the APC will be going to anywhere in the north central or north east or north west. So there's no way they will give it to an Igbo, give it to a south eastern person according to APC constitution, except it has changed. So that's why you will be asking one man that they should give it to Southeast. It's not in their. It's not even in their it's not in the turn for the South to get the APC chairman right now, because Tinubu is the man that just left is from the north, and they will replace it with the northerner too. That was the case of Oshomole before they appointed
Look,
Malabuni.
everything is malleable in politics.
But this is not politics, right? It's party.
It will be too suicidal for the APC to zone that chairmanship to the southeast. It's just not.
Hold on. What piece? We're struggling to hear you, but
I think it's driving.
Yeah, I'm driving. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not driving. I'm ready to go in.
Let me finish
that is the price you pay for political ignorance. When you put all your eggs in one basket, that's the kind of price you pay. Or you have
Aduwale, hold on. One man, if you can go out and come in back, your network is too bad. Go out and come back. Come in.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Aduwale, continue.
You know, like I said, when you have you don't go into a fight, into a battle alone. You go with people. And the price that region is going to be paying for the next 4 to 8 years is going to be humongous. Now, it seems that they are being overlooked, but that is not the case. It is what you contributed that is going to speak for you. Now, when you have a region where the affiliation to the ruling party is more or less the percentage is less than 20% or 10%. Now, there's a price to pay for that. To me, this party politics is different from national cohesion or national integration. The APC assets right now, they can't even give the secretary of the party to Southeast. It's just not possible. As a matter of fact, I kind of found it a little bit intriguing why Omosore also resigned. I'm hearing about, financial misappropriations and all that, but I haven't really seen where, he was having coalition with TINUBU's faction, because it seems he's solidly behind TINUBU's camp. So, but that's why I'm finding
Adewale, what can you say Southeasterner can bring on the table?
I mean,
maybe for the next
they can bring
four
their
years.
they can bring their voice. They can be the different voice in that region by speaking up, and also involved in that party, like more of being total loyalty, not just one leg in, one leg out. And for crying out loud, they need to rally around, because those who belongs to APC from that region cannot go into the battle alone, because they will be a lone voice. Look at what happens to Ojus Okalo. Ordinarily, that that position should
Senate president.
that should have gone to Ojikalo. Is to be somebody with a credible background, or the region is suddenly behind him. But he was alone. He was naked, and at the end of the day, he had no protection, even in the house. So that region need to put calculate and look at the risk involved, and look at what they need to do. They've slaves enough for PDP, and where did that launch them? Nowhere.
Adewale, when I hear that APC member in the Southeast work against the party, vote for Peter Obi,
Of course,
are you hear that?
I wouldn't blame them. You know why? Because that region, as at that time, the general election was being conducted, not the gubernatorial election.
Yeah, let me come in when you get a chance here.
Hold on, please. Let him land. I will call you when I want to call you, please. Yeah, hold on, please.
They were,
I'm not gonna be here forever.
You have to wait for your time, pass up. You are not jumping line. Some have been on the line, in the studio before you. So they knew. I wouldn't blame them, because they knew that as at the time the general election was conducted, they were at risk of losing their position or them not being in charge in that region. So, and if you could see, that's where you have the governor Ikpeasu losing his election. So it was very volatile at that moment, and they are kind of conflicted, because they seems they don't want to be against their people, at the same time trying to find a middle ground in between, and that was how some of them lost their position. So I wouldn't blame them for working against the party because hey, sometimes you have to deal with the hand. You have to,
Hey, let me interject
Can
first.
I interject? People
For
are
one
allowed to
second.
interject.
Hold on,
I mean
please.
interjection, not my turn. Just
I
interject.
said, hold on, please. Hold on, please. Passat, come in.
Thank you
Please,
very
just
much.
hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please,
Look.
and let it be sustained and simple, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The reason why I am trying to interject is that Adewale, I'm trying to save his breath. He's wasting his breath. In that country, we all have problems in common. There's something called the conscience of a country. In every country, you have that. I used an analogy the last time. I'm not going to bore you with that. There is no division among us as far as the youth, the progressive that want to take their country back. So when you are assigning posts to people like Ojos or Carl, he's an outcast. He's been rejected by us, the people in the Southeast. It's a persona non grata. It's a parade.
And that is how you ended up not having a representation.
Hold on. We don't want it. Hold on.
That's how you ended up not having representation.
Please don't interrupt me.
When
I
you
am
have
interjecting.
somebody who would have spoken.
Okay.
Adewale, hold on, please.
Yeah, please.
Adewale, please hold on.
Mute him.
Yeah.
So he's an
No,
untouchable.
No, you can't see I should mute him.
Yeah,
I still have the floor. If I decided not
I know
to,
I'm interjecting. Please hold on. I am saying that you are wasting your breath. We don't want those posts as far as regional, or we want the country to prosper. Please mute this guy. I have to interject.
Adewale, please let him land.
I don't know.
Adewale, please let him land, please.
So
please, you have the floor. Let him land.
Please,
you can come in.
By the way, Thomas, that's very good. I'm happy that you are really emphatic in trying to. It's not easy to control him when he knows he's out of order. So what I'm saying is that you don't get it. The Southeast is the conscience of the country. Now, when I say Southeast, who do I mean? I'm talking about Edo people, Yoruba people who get it, right? They come under the umbrella Southeast. And you know that anybody who's logical, progressive.
All right. Can you hear me better now, Thomas?
I can hear you better.
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, but you were interrupting me, so we can hear you, but it's causing an interruption. So, Adewale, I want you to save your breath. We're going to save the country. It isn't done by giving all Jews or Carlo a position. He is an outcast. He is no good. We in the Southeast do not want posts. That's not our goal. We want the country whole. We want it done properly like other countries. For example, the United States. That's what we're looking for. We want a country of laws. All these criminals who are in the APC, in the PDP, in the Labour Party, in the North, South, East, and West, they are no good. Okay, let me say. TINUBU has been president now for 4 months. What have you gotten? As far as your share, your country, your city or your state or your religion, nothing. You get nothing for it. We want a country that is wholesome. If we're going to be a country. Now, if we're not going to be a country, then we're not going to be a country. But so.
All right. Are we back to where we were with you, Pansat? This thing you do.
What did I do? What did I do now?
No. We were building up a nice little cozy conversation. So where are you taking us to?
No. Where I'm trying to have Adewale stop making a blunder, to stop underestimating and overestimating at the same time. Right? By assigning, thinking that the Igbos want Ojos Okalo to get a position.
I wasn't saying that it was Ojos Okalo. I wasn't saying that Igbo wanted him. I was just saying that him being the lone voice, what else can he do? He has no backing. He has nothing. He was ostracized from you guys.
He's never going to get a backing from us.
So that
people like him. It's not only him.
Hold on. I understand. Somebody like him in that party.
No, but wait a minute. You see, the mistake you're making is what I'm telling you. It's a very, very, very bad one. If you're going to look at the Southeast, because you're fond of using that word, I really don't think this problem is regional. It's a national problem. It's a calamity. It's a disaster that needs the entire country to solve.
You guys need to
hold on. Forget about you guys. I'm just saying
together.
what I'm saying to you, not people who don't know any better. Somebody like yourself who's ubiquitous on the internet.
You will be amazed how.
Please. One man, you asked me, what am I doing here? What I'm doing is trying to steer this ship right. It begins with these conversations. Now, sometimes I make my points forceful, right?
Let me just say this. Let me just say this, Paz. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hold on, Paz. Yes. I don't want you to take us in the direction that you usually take us. We were having a tidy little civilized conversation, so I want to get back to that. Whatever it is that
it's too early.
Give me a couple of minutes and I'll round it up.
No. Hold on. Whatever it is that you are trying to get across, you have been trying to get it across for going on 2 years now, and nobody is buying it. So it comes a point to drop the dead donkey.
I'm dealing with the very, very hardcore now. See, the easy ones, those who are rational, they got it already. Now I'm dealing with our core people, such as yourself.
No. I'm not interested.
Can I land? Give me 2 minutes to land, and I'll be done.
No, you cannot. But thank you. Back to you, Diwali. Enough of that. Back to you.
All right. I'll see you guys again.
Thank you, Woman. See, what I was trying
to
say before Pansad interjected me was that, look, we have a region that decided to take themselves out of the equations. As it is right now, Southwest aligned with the APC. As you can see during the general elections, they all went APC route. And because they knew that that is the only way they can align with the federal, and that's where they can benefit from. Can you imagine Lagos State not in the same platform with the federal government? When you remember when we had PDP in charge of the affair of the country. So, but can you imagine an entire region decided to go a different route, and here you claiming marginalization? Those who actually came from that party has no voice, because some of them are just maybe second tier or class B politicians. They are not like the big shots, the one that actually contributing money. Ojuzo Kalu, was one of those who migrated to APC early. He was in PDP. But if he had gotten the good backing from his region, by now we'll be talking about the Senate president as Ojuzo Kalu. But no, what we have is someone who has no voice because he's been silent. His region was not behind him. And if that region continued to play their politics this way, they will continue to be at the lower half of the affair of the country.
But hold on, Dewale. The thing is, that region is a senior region within the country. It is one of the major ethnic groupings within Nigeria.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, and you cannot have the country to the exclusion of that region, which is what we have at the moment. We have the country to the exclusion of the Southeast, and a big position opens up now within the country. So you say it's an APC thing, but the APC is a ruling party. So whoever the chairman of, because Adamu was just complaining now that he wasn't consulted about when they were picking parliamentarians who occupies what post. So it wields a very big influence, the chairmanship of the APC. So if you inserted a Southeasterner there, and like Reno Mokri was saying, that would go some way towards assuaging now that sense of exclusion that space has, because it has to be addressed. You cannot say because they did not vote in a certain way and therefore they should be damned.
This is a party affair, like I said. This is a party affair. It's not about Nigeria. This is a party, a platform. And you only reap what you sow. You cannot reap where you did not sow. It will be too political suicide for APC or should I say ACN control APC, to bring somebody from the Southeastern as their chairman or any number one principal officer of the party. Adamu knew that he's on his way out. The moment you start going different direction from the party and you don't have the working committee behind you, you know that you're already shooting yourself in the foot. I hope he's going to take time to lick his wound. This is a whole time politician that I expect him to, know the